What is up? Oh my gosh, we are back together again. I'm so excited because today we are filming for a wreath tutorial because I know how much you guys like that stuff. So today we are going to kind of get into summer just a little bit, even though I know we still got a couple of months away. So here's what we're going to be working with. We're going to go tiki. So we're going to be playing around with some of this stuff. I've got some cute flowers. I do want to say that this is going to be a super budget friendly tutorial, even though we are going to be using something that I got from the Wreath Shop. However, most of the decor, even the wreath frame, is going to be from the Dollar Tree. So this is going to be a super budget friendly wreath. This will be something cute that you guys can have like kind of stashed away until the summertime comes. But yeah, I can't wait to get started on this. Also, have y'all been to the Dollar Tree lately? Because I have been finding a bunch of cool stuff that I want to share with you guys. I know I keep saying I'm going to do like a Dollar Tree haul, Amazon review kind of thing. I promise it's coming up. But I want to show you the wreath frame that the Dollar Tree has now, which is kind of like I laughed when I saw it because of the infinity wreath. I did a rainbow. They now have rainbow wreaths. Hold up. So check this out. Okay. So I believe it was Heather. Again, I get so bad with names when I get so excited and I'm doing this. The rainbow wreath. Look at this. So yeah, that's happening. All right, we have nothing left to do but to get started. So let's go ahead and point the camera down. I'm going to show you what we're working with and we're going to get this wreath built. All right, guys. So I have a special guest. She's right over there. My mom is here watching because she's never watched me do a YouTube video, first of all, or watched me make a wreath from beginning to end like this. So she's over there. So if you hear something, it's not a mouse, it's my mom. But anyways, so we are going to be, you know, I'm still like in my mind trying to figure out how I want to create this wreath. I don't know if we're going to do cutting. Although I really love cutting. You know, we're going to cut. Let me grab my mat. We're going to cut. We're going to do that scrunch method because remember I said that I wanted to add this. And instead of doing these little rolls, which I'll show you what I'm talking about in case people are like, I don't even know what you're talking about when it comes to like these little circle rolls that you can put like to embellish that. I'm not a fan of it. So I'm going to show you what it looks like, but we're just going to do I think it's called the crumple method. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. Let me grab my mat, point the camera down, and you're gonna see all the fun stuff we're gonna be doing. So here's my mat. I got this super cool mat at the thrift store at Hospice, and I paid less than $5 for this because it was a discount day too. If you are looking for a mat like this, before you like jump on Amazon or run to Walmart or anything like that, looking for one of these, check your thrift stores out because there's a lot of this kind of stuff that is 1000% reusable. It's still perfect. It's still in perfect condition and you're going to be able to pay like a fraction of the cost. So you don't have to worry about going out and spending all this money with things that you can find at the Goodwill store. And speaking of Goodwill store, I got this again at a thrift store. Love it. This I did not. So we're actually going to pull that aside. So today we are going to be working with a 14-inch wreath frame from the dollar store. And remember, we got this super cute mesh right here that I got on, can you see Coco? There she is. Oh my gosh, guys. Did you not know that the other day I officially became a dog mom as of yesterday? Clap, round of applause for me. I am officially a dog mom. She is officially mine. The adoption is final. So she's my dog. Okay, so this is 10.5 inches by 10 yards. So this is what we're going to work with and we're just going to make it work no matter what happens. Because I originally was just going to like, you know, do where we don't have to cut, we just, you know, put it into each one of the oh my gosh, pipe cleaners. We're not going to do that. We're now going to cut, but this is going to work. And that's why we're going to double up with that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I seem to really love like the 16-inch like length when I do like the crumpling method. So that's just what we're gonna work with right now. And look at this. So cute. This is gonna go on our wreath with these cute little sandals right here. I've got some flowers. Oh my gosh. So again, from the dollar store. Well, I lied. These I got, okay, look at this. So these I got from the dollar store. These I got from Michael's. I really can't tell the difference. Super cute. All right, so let me turn off my glue gun. It's just dripping. So now we're gonna do, oh, I did this backwards. So we're just gonna go to 16 and then we're just gonna see how many we get out of here. Because of the method that I didn't quite cut. And you can get rollers like this from the Dollar Tree as well. So like I said, this can be a super budget friendly wreath if you want it to be. And I will put a link for this mesh that I have right here because talk about super cute. And it's so universal. You can actually use this for so many different styles. I absolutely love it. I have one more. So I'm just kind of, I really don't want to have to use both of them on this one wreath, but I have other plans for that. So I hope you guys have all been enjoying the week. I think it's pretty warm here on the West Coast. It's kind of cold on the East Coast. But I hope you guys are having a fabulous week because remember, you guys only get to have this week once in your lifetime. So make it count. You know, I know that everything can't always be roses and butterflies, but we can definitely just like make the most of the day or at least find one good thing about the day. How about that? Let's just find one good thing about every single day and that'll help us get through. But I hope you guys, like I said, are just having a fabulous week. I am. I got a lot of stuff done, so I feel like I'm getting there. All right, so normally I don't really cut like this before I have my wreath set up, but we're just gonna wing it this time around because like I said, this is not what I intended when I originally thought about this wreath, but I think it's gonna look cute. And we are cutting at 16 inches each one. It's like a couple of strings are like still staying attached, but, and of course I've completely lost count cutting these. There's so many times where I can like multitask and like, you know, chew gum and walk at the same time. But then there are times where I'm like, I have to concentrate so hard that I totally forget like this. Like I forget to count. But I will in just a second. All right. So this is not complete plastic burlap. There is plastic woven in it, but it also has, I'm just gonna say colored jute because it reminds me of that other stuff that you're not supposed to use a wood tool with, like the, I'm trying to think of the name of it, like the wood burning tool, because of this kind of string. And I remember it was like jute that you couldn't cut with that because it would just basically catch on fire. Wow, we've got actually a lot of pieces. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this one last piece and then, all right, and then we're gonna count because I still want to incorporate some of this pink. So I might not have to even use this whole roll. One day I'm gonna get good at math and I'm actually going to like take the length of that and then like, you know, the dimensions of this and break it all down and know exactly how many little squares I'm gonna need prior to even cutting. Like there'll be a formula that I have. So 1, 2, 3. My dog is snoring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we have about 14. We're just gonna go from there. We're just gonna wing it. You know, that's just my style. We're just gonna wing it. And no matter what, it always comes out looking super cute. So I'm not worried. I hope you're not worried. Okay. Now, with the pipe cleaners, I know a lot of people, they're like, you know, you don't have to have them so long. You can cut these in half and save. But because I never really know what I'm gonna do, I keep them long. It's just something, unless I'm absolutely 1000% sure, like I know what I'm gonna put into my wreath, you know, I usually just keep these long. That way I have the option of adding whatever it is I want to add. Like, you know, those ropes, the curly ropes. Oh wait, I did this wrong. I forgot we were doing the crumple. My dog's getting louder and louder. Okay, actually, we can do it like this. Can you guys hear her? Oh my gosh, she's too cute. I have cats, and you know, I'm not saying that cats don't snore, but I definitely haven't heard anything like that. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, oh my goodness, I love it. I guess this is all part of being like a new dog mom. So what I'm doing right here is putting on the crossbar. I'm going on the second wire right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a long twisty on each one, because I know for a fact that's where I want to at least have one of these pieces, this colorful, this multicolored mesh. I know for a fact I want it there. Now there's a couple of ways to attach these to your frame. You can either crumple them and then attach them on here, or you can crumple them, put the pipe cleaner on, and then attach it to the frame. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second. But we're gonna do this. We're just gonna work with this way just for a second. All right, so remember, we've done this method before. If you've been following me, which I hope so, but if you haven't, this is gonna be a really easy method to do. Even though we've cut it, we're gonna go ahead and just lay our piece out, which is 16 inches. And I like to fold this edging just to make it look good. I mean, it still eventually pops out, but it's just in my own mind. I put the palm of my hand on the bottom of it just to hold it in place, and then just start scrunching, okay? Try to keep it as centered as possible. And then when you get to the edge right here, you're gonna tuck it under, and then you're gonna pinch it together. And believe me, you don't have to have, like, it doesn't have to come out perfect. If the edging starts to pop up, you're totally fine. So this is what you're gonna come up with, okay? And it's so cute. Then we're gonna bring our wreath frame over, and we're just gonna put one in each gold piece. So we're just gonna attach it like this, okay? Give it a good couple of twists. If you are feeling super confident, you can actually zip tie these. I am not that girl. So I do it on some of them, like, you know, my beginnings and ends, but I'm not that confident to do that with each individual piece, like for this. All right, so we're just gonna do that one more time. And there we go. And then we're gonna bring our frame back over and attach, okay? Now I'll show you what I mean. Like if you're just like, okay, I know I have enough to do this whole frame and this is it, like I just know, and I'm not gonna add anything excess to it. You can go ahead and like this, and then just crumple them all up, and then get to the edge and do this. And then you can go ahead and tie it. And then if you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna sit and watch my favorite show and then just make a whole bunch of these and then attach them to your frame, totally can do that. That's another method. I've done that myself when I've been like 1000% sure exactly how I want my wreath. I will just, you know, do that. And it's a great way too, like if you're like, I don't have the time to make a whole wreath, but I can sit here and get this all prepped. That way tomorrow or whenever you decide to go back and, you know, and attack your wreath, you can just attach those babies, you know, really quick, and then you're done. I have done that before. So those are two different ways that you can do this wreath. But right now we're just gonna do this because I want to. So that's why. All right, and we're just gonna do a couple more. And then we're gonna kind of zigzag, you know, between the bars on the wreath frame, where we're gonna place our pieces. You'll see what I'm saying. All right. Okay, and we have 2 more pieces to go. I hope you guys have watched some of my other tutorials when it comes to wreath making. I really hope you're subscribed and you're like, man, I just love all these videos and I'm watching, because once you see that I probably stick to just a few methods, you'll see how fun wreath making can be. Because I think some of us, I know for me, when I started wreath making, there's about, from what I discovered, I want to say there's probably like 8 different ways, maybe 8 to 10 different ways that you can make a wreath. And I say that meaning techniques, like you can do what I'm doing right now. There's about 8 to 10 different techniques. I will touch on them all on this channel. Obviously I have a few preferences that I absolutely love. But you know, did you see my flower one? That's what I'm talking about. You got to see my flower one that I made. We will start to do some other ones, but you'll see how like one method can just make a bunch of different styles and they can come out completely different, even though like I said, we did the same technique every single time. So, all right, let me just kind of detach everything. I'm gonna bring the camera up. What do y'all think? It's super cute. I love how you can still see all the colors. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm like peering at you through here. So yes, I love how this looks. Yeah, we're gonna add some pink now just to make it pop. And I hope y'all know that pink is my favorite color in the whole wide world, besides glitter. So, I am a glitter girl. I'll tell you what, anything glittery, I love it. I absolutely love glitter. And I don't mind that it's everywhere. So, oh, this one is, okay, so this one's not as long as the other one is. This is 10 inches by 30 feet. And I meant long, I meant length like this. Because the other one's 10 and a half. So this one's 10. But it's okay that we're doing 2 different sizes, because believe me, once we start adding this to our wreath frame, you're not even gonna know the difference. Nobody's gonna say, hey, I see a half inch difference on here. Nobody's gonna say that. So, oh, okay, so it's got the shiny in it. It is a little glittery, which I like. Hence the glittery gold. All right, so we're gonna do this again at 16 inches, and I'm gonna kind of point it down so y'all can see back to the cutting. So we're just gonna kind of tuck this to the side. I'm actually prepared right now, so I have my wreath hooky, my wreath frame stand. My wreath stand, not my wreath frame stand. My wreath stand over there. All right, so we're gonna do, again, 16 inches, and I think we're just gonna cut, let's cut 10 of these, okay? Get our dollar store cutter out, which seems to be working a lot better than the one that I bought at Walmart. So, all right. And I'm gonna say this because I think a lot of people need to hear this, not just once, not just twice, but a million times over. Just because you bought all of your materials at the Dollar Tree, just because you bought all of your materials at the thrift store, just because you took the time to hunt for a bargain, get a discount, used a coupon, whatever it is, does not make your talent less valuable. I want to say that because I see some people, they're like, well, this is just stuff from the dollar store. And, I try to tell you guys, this is budget friendly. This is budget friendly for us creators. Us creators have a talent that is 1 in a million, if that. I mean, you are the only one who can do what you do. So please take pride in that and know that just because you are, and let me just bring the camera up and let me just say this loud and clear. Just because you are doing things budget friendly for whatever reason that it may be, it doesn't mean that you should charge less or underappreciate your talent. Is underappreciate even a word? But just know that you have a talent and that you took the time to create this. You took the time to learn this kind of stuff. You took the time to do this craft. So be very proud of yourself that you actually did this, regardless of what the materials are that you're using. Just know that your work is valuable regardless of any of that stuff. So don't get down on yourself and think, oh, well, I only shop at the Dollar Tree or, whatever, or I only shop at yard sales, because I am so proud that I shop at thrift stores. I am so proud that I shop at yard sales, the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General, Walmart, all that. Yes, I do when I can splurge, most definitely. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? But as wreath makers, we all know that wreath making is expensive, and even though we want to do it for a business, yeah, you're going to go for a bargain. Just know that your talent is still worth, I always say, its weight in gold, because again, I will stress this time and time again. Not everybody can do what you do. You have a talent. Not everybody goes on YouTube and watches a video to see just how to do something or get inspired or get, just kind of I say inspired, but I'm gonna say it again, inspiration. But just know that you have put in effort where so many people will not. So just give yourself a pat on the back and just say, you know what? I am worth something. My craft is worth something. I don't care that I only, paid whatever. Let that go out of your mind. You can take that all into an account when you go to charge for your craft, but understand that you still need to have that hourly wage. Or rate. In every craft I do, there's always some kind of pay that I put into it. I'll charge, 50 cents for a candle. That's my hourly rate. It's 50 cents per candle. Or for a wreath, it's XYZ, depending on the wreath. So just make sure that you always charge for your talent, because it means something regardless of what your materials cost. So anyways, back to wreath making. All right, so let's go back to this. All right, I just wanted to just let y'all know, because some people, they try to turn their nose up to it, and I'm just like, whatever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 6. All right, and we're gonna do 8. 9. All right. I just want to let y'all know she's sleeping. She's sound asleep. All right. And we've got our wreath. She woke up when I said that. All right. So we have our wreath back. It's time to add the pink. Okay, we're going to do the same technique. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to flip it over. This one I kind of cut a little funky. I don't know how that happened, and this is much thinner than this other one. So this is just going to be what is it? The highlight. What word am I looking for? It's just gonna kind of grace it. So this one, this pink one, because it's just gonna be like just a little bit of like an add-on or whatever, it's gonna come to me. I'm not gonna worry about doing the long pipe cleaner because I know I don't wanna add anything into this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a few of my pipe cleaners in half. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. And all right, so we're just gonna do this, and we're gonna prep a bunch of them, and then we'll add them to our wreath frame. Okay, guys, she completely fell asleep. So I had like glanced over there, and she was just like sound asleep. So I had to like pause because she's like terrified to be on camera. I'm like, you can go lay down. She's like, I was like, it's me, Sandra. You can go lay down. She's like, okay. So she's night-nights. But now we can continue on with the wreath. Now I'm like, was that really the dog snoring? No, it was my dog. I love my mom. She traveled to come up here. Ooh, I think, oh, she's going into the bedroom. I was like, oh, she might be coming this way. But anyways, back to wreath making. So I've got 4 of them twisted up. I'm just gonna kind of toss that and let's bring it back down. So this is a much thinner mesh, so it kind of like does this own little twisting on its own, which is completely fine with me. I'm like, whatever. So it still looks cute. And we're just gonna kind of tuck this in. And then we'll probably go back to some more of the, ooh, you know what, now that I'm doing it, okay, let's just see what this pink looks like, because on the roll, there's like pink, green, yellow, blue, and like a teal color. Maybe, I don't even know if I have those other colors in my closet, but maybe we'll just add, like, instead of adding more of that multicolor one, we'll just add like little pops of the colors that are on that thing, on that roll. All right, so now we have our little pieces over there. So now we're gonna bring this back. All right, and what I wanna do now, because we worked with that top one right here, that one right here, how about let's get wild and we're gonna wrap around these 2 bars. That's what we're gonna do with this because I can't decide up or down. So we're just gonna get crazy and we're just gonna wrap it around both. So I'm just gonna flip it over like this. And yes, this will move up and down your wreath frame. It is okay. I've mentioned that before. You're not, it's eventually going to hold itself in place, so you don't have to worry that it's moving. All right, so let's, okay. The fight of the Deco mesh. Ow. It always like sticks to each other, which is kind of, well, it is annoying when you're like trying to do something like this, but then it's so great when you actually like want it to hold itself together, which is what I'm wanting it to do after I get it in there. So I'm like, keep your hands to yourself until I got it organized on here. Okay. And who knows how much of this pink we're going to end up putting in here. I just made a bunch because I will eventually be using this in another wreath. So I'm not really worried about it. And I usually stick with, like I said before, the 16-inch length and cut for these things. So I'm not worried that it's going to be not the right size. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm really like just thinking about putting multi-colors in here. It's really like, oh my gosh. I'm praying that I have another, I have at least like another color, because I want this to be like bright and bold and just like in your face, tiki colored, like little umbrellas. Okay. Did I get it? Okay. I have to double check my work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, see, I do want you to see, I'm gonna kind of turn it to the side. You cannot tell the difference that this is a 1/2 inch. I have this one random nail that's painted, so annoying. Squirrel. But you cannot tell that this is a 1/2 inch shorter or in length than this. It really doesn't make a difference. And I want people to like understand that, because I know as a perfectionist, when I started making wreaths, I was like, oh my God, it all has to make sense. It all has to do this. It all has to whatever. And then it's kind of like having your first kid and you're like everything, you know, you're by the book and all that other stuff. And then like 2, 3, 4, and you're just like, yeah, whatever. You'll live. That's what I think about wreath making. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have come so far. And that's where like, I want people to just, even for the beginners, to just kind of like get to where I'm at, even though I'm like, what, you know, 4 years in or something. I want to get you guys where I'm at, because it really makes it so much more, I'm going to say the word funner, even though it's not a word. But yeah. Okay. I'm going to go see if I have other colors. I will be right back. All right, I have hit the jackpot. I have got a smorgasbord of colors. This is why I save all my colors, because I got yellow, I got hot pink. These are all like random rolls. Okay, we're gonna use the chair that my mom is sitting in. Let it hold our wreath. Man, okay. I am super excited. I didn't realize I had all these colors. And again, these are all just like random pieces that I've had left over from a friend. This is why I don't throw this stuff away. Because when you do like a cut method like this, you can definitely use it. So I'm gonna have to fix this frayed edge. Ugh, this is all kind of beat up, but it'll work. Let me just fix this edge. Take off a couple of inches. All right, there we go. What do we do? Okay, so I'm gonna do 3 of these because I wanna add so much color to this. Come on. Okay, 1. We're gonna start with 3. And I'm really digging this into the mat. 1, 2. And this is a lot tougher or thicker mesh when it comes to the texture of it. All right, these little sequiny things. Okay, there we go. So again, we're gonna do the attach. Well, we're not gonna attach it to the frame. We're gonna do like how we're gonna do like this. We only did it to that one, we only did the pipe cleaners on the frame when it was on the crossbar, because that's where I might add some stuff. Even though we're gonna add flowers, I want to add ribbon. So that's why, again, the crossbar is where I had the longer pipe cleaner. Goodness. Because we are going to add a fabulous bow. Okay. And I promise to do that curl method here in a bit. I'm just on a roll right now, so that is why we are doing this right now. Okay. My mind is so excited about all of the different colors that we have right now that I'm like, man, this better come out the way I'm wanting it to. And yes, there are times where I've done a wreath and I'm like, what happened? Like, where did I go wrong? So we are only doing 3 of the purples. So I'm just gonna kind of like do it in a triangular pattern, and we're gonna put it on, we're gonna wrap it around the 2 bars just like we did with the pink. Just find it a spot in there. Okay, just find the little spot and then give it a good twist. Okay, so there's 1. And right now I have my my pieces going this way. If you want it to go this way, you can leave it like that, or you can do it this way, or you can do mix and match. Probably in a few, I'm gonna figure out like how to, you know, turn them, or not figure out, but I'm probably gonna like twist and turn a few of them. So let's just get this one on here, because I don't want them all going in one direction. I kind of want them just like, you know, mixed and matched. It gives it, to me, a little bit more oomph. Okay, so remember, we're doing this in a triangular kind of pattern or whatever it is. So then this one will go randomly over here. This pink one is wanting to like fray and be annoying. It's definitely interesting, like as I start to make more and more wreaths, especially now that, you know, that we're doing this, that there's, you know, the different textures and all of the other stuff. So I'm really like finding like my preference. And that's what I hope you guys are all, you know, learning as well, that you guys are, you know, finding your thing. So see what I mean? I kind of did it in a triangular shape, and we may go back to adding purple. We might, I'm not sure, but I do know right now we are about to add blue, or teal. Now this was something that I used during Christmas. I used this on a snowman with the snowflakes. Oh my God, it was so freaking cute. Brings back memories. And this one's a pretty plasticky, kind of like standard mesh. I call it standard mesh, and I don't even know if that's true. So, and we're gonna do, again, 3 of these. And then we're just gonna do, you know, obviously, or I say obviously, it's not obvious. We're just gonna do the, go like where we didn't put the, where the purple isn't, we're gonna put the teal. Let me get one more of this. And this is what I talk, like what I'm talking about when it comes to creating. The more and more I get to know you guys are all like, you know, learning that it doesn't have to be planned out, and not to knock any of those wreath tutorials that we all watch, that I myself 1000% love, because they give me inspiration, and you know, but again, you do not have to have it like 1000% figured out. You can literally change your mind in the middle of it all and go in a completely different direction. You can do whatever you want. It is your creation. Okay. Tuck that kind of under. Oh, all right. There's. Now we've got our 3, and I still have yellow and magenta over there. So I think by the time we get done with those 2 colors, you know, as well as with this teal, that we're gonna be pretty full. Okay, so now, again, I'm gonna pay attention to what I did. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of find ones that don't have the purple on it and kind of do another triangular pattern of sorts, and then wrap around the 2 bars like we did with the pink. All right, there's one. Okay, I see a purple. And then we'll do 2. This part is most, like, definitely fun for me, but I have to say the funnest, my favorite word, funnest, I don't care if it's not in the English dictionary, is when we start adding the little doodads on it, like all of the little embellishments. Oh, okay. Love, 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 love. Okay. One more. See, now it's really starting to kind of bulk up, especially with this texture of the mesh. That poor little pink mesh that we added on here doesn't stand a chance compared to these other the other meshes that I have on here. They are way stronger than that pink. Okay. Now, before it gets too crazy and too, you know, just full, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of like arrange the, you know, like the way that I want the little pieces of mesh to go. Like, do I want them to go up and down? Do I, you know, what do I want? So this is now, since there's still enough space in between to kind of play around and do what you want. So that's what we're doing right now. Just kind of twisting and turning. And of course, trying to save this pink mesh from completely fraying apart. All right. Okay, so now I'm pretty happy with it, with the directions, because I'm actually thrilled with how it's coming out. Okay. Look at that. It's very, very tiki-esque. Okay, now, magenta. Got it, again, an old roll, and I can't remember. I might have bought this old roll, like just how you're seeing it, from a yard sale. So, 'cause I do not remember what I used that one for. It comes to find out that there are a lot of wreath makers in my community, which is fabulous, because sometimes they're like, I don't need this, or I have multiples, and then they have a yard sale, and I'm like, what? Thank you for bringing it right here to your front yard. There we go. So you guys are getting the feel of this method. If you've watched my videos before, this should be something that you're getting very familiar with. And like I said, it's really nice when you can just kind of like make the bows and then just toss them down, then go back to your wreath. Makes it go so much faster. Oops, I need to cut. Nope, that's not gonna work. All right. I'm just dying to get to the embellishment side part of this. Like, I'm like, okay, this is fun. Like, can we just hurry up and get this all done with? And I'm sure some of you guys are saying that at home. But this is all part of the process. What else? Oh, yellow. That's, I'm like, what other color did we have? Yellow. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and we're going to plant this on the other side, like next to our teal. wherever the teal is, I'm gonna go ahead and place this right next to it. I was gonna do this right next to the purple, but the purple and the magenta are just too similar in color for me. And I really want each color to like pop. And that's why I decided to do it against the teal, because it's completely different, the color scheme. And so that's why I chose to do it like that. So we're gonna kind of, and I understand that it's close to the pink too, but you know what I mean. So now it's really starting to hold itself together. So in like some little sections, it's a little, ooh, this one's barely gonna twisty on there. Really starting to hold itself together. Things are definitely not sliding around anymore. Don't want to lose any of this. Wow, this is just, okay, I'm really just beyond excited. So now I know I do believe, because I can tell the way this wreath frame feels, that I probably do have, and I can see on the back too, that I do have some frames or some sections of my wreath fuller than others. So because of that, what I'm going to do at the very end is probably fill it in with the multicolored mesh. And here's what I'm going to show you. I know I still have one more round to go. Okay, this 1, 2, 3. Oh no, actually I kind of have it pretty even, so that's good to know. But if there's any empty spots once I get done doing all of this, what I'll do is I'll just take the multicolor and just kind of like do that in between. Right now you're not seeing any frame for the most part. I'm gonna go ahead and cut a few more of these. And we said yellow. This was from our, oops, bumblebee wreath. I'm gonna tuck that to the side. Now I know I could totally do this off camera because you guys are like getting the point when it comes to this stuff. So hopefully you guys just fast forward, because again, I know there's actually quite a few beginners that are, you know, discovering me. And so I want to show you guys like my whole thought process when it comes to why I'm selecting what I'm selecting, why I'm placing it where I'm placing it, because those were a lot of questions that I had as a beginner and as someone who is a perfectionist, has to know everything. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't understand. And that's how my mind works. And so that's why I want to be very, you know, mindful of that. Like when I was the beginner, what I like, my questions and whatnot. So I really try to kind of be that person that will explain things to you, even though sometimes it can get, you know, you're like, okay, we get the point. But that's the beautiful thing behind the fast forward button, which I hope you guys don't use. But if y'all do, I understand. So I get it. For those who are still with me, thanks. So, all right, this should be the last set. And we're again only doing 3 because this is the one that's going to go next to the purple. If there are any other sections that just where you can see the bar, and I know a lot of people are just like thrown off when they see the bar, they're like, oh, or the frame, they're just like, okay, this can't happen. This is a definite no-no. You can, like the multicolor one, I think is just like the one that we should go with. And of course you don't have to do the long pipe cleaner. You can just, you know, do exactly what I'm doing now and then add it in. So let's bring this back up. Okay, and there's the purple. Okay, so I was like, what are we doing? So just go ahead and throw this on. Oops, we're getting all kinds of caught up. Let's pull these off. So there we go, and here we go. find, oh my gosh, that, you know, that this wreath needed, wow. It needed yellow. It was screaming for yellow. They're really just now it's popping. Now it's popping. So, by the purple, okay. Trying to like somewhat keep it uniformed to a certain extent. That's just the perfectionist in me. And okay, that's purple. Okay. And then here we go. I think tinks that we are done adding mesh, and it's about to go down after this. Start warming up my glue gun. Who knew when I started this wreath? Shut up. Okay, this is so cute. Oh, yeah. We's good to go. Love it. Oh my gosh. So we've got so many we've got so many colors in here. It is a multicolor wreath. And that's what you can do when you have like scraps left over. You're just like, I don't know when I'm going to use this, but it's going to happen. Go ahead and do that. So we're going to tuck all of these out of the way. Turn on that glue gun. And I have my Screaming Hot one all reared up to go. So here's our sign, okay? I did get this from the Dollar Tree. Let's see if I can actually, I knew these staples wouldn't be in here too deep. All right. To where you can just like kind of pop them out by pulling on this little string. Oh, you guys aren't following along. So we can just kind of pop those out. Oh, there we go. Get that out of the way because I want to use both pieces. And I will, of course, leave the link in the description box for these scissors because out of all the things I get asked about those scissors is hands down the most asked question, I think. Do y'all peel all this stuff off? All right. There we go. Now we got it. The dollar store is like full of all kinds of cool summer stuff right now that I'm just like eating up and draining my bank account with. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. And here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. It's just so stinking cute. I love it. I'm just gonna, like, I'm not sure, or I didn't show you guys just yet because we're still like gonna work on ribbon and I'm just kind of like getting an idea. But check out these ribbons. I want to show you. And I went with the yellow ribbon too because I really wanted it to just be bright and cheerful. Not that those other colors aren't, but I just wanted it to be like summery. So we're gonna do, I got this super cute flamingo ribbon, this checkered yellow, and this super cute pink with the yellow center in this. So cute. I'm trying to think, do we do, okay. Do we do just a giant, we're just gonna do a giant bow. I have my handy dandy bow dabra. We're gonna get obnoxious today. We're gonna make a really long, like dangly bow. So we are going to do, how did I do that? We're going to do 22 inches to just like dangle, which means it'll be 11 inches on each side, because remember, you got to put that in the center. There we go. And now, this is how I started to get way too carried away. So this is my bow dabber. This is what's going to help you make a bow, okay? It has, oh, look at me just getting way carried away. I am actually going to reuse this string that came with that sign. You guys just saw me pull it off. So we're going to go ahead and prep our bow dabber. I'm going to take this piece. You can use wire, you can use string, you can use whatever you want to like attach your bow. I'm just going to use this string. So we're going to set it, put it down the center right here. Put it all the way down the center. You're going to wrap it around and then wrap it around. And then you're going to set this down and you're just going to totally forget about that piece. So this also has a side that opens like this. That's where we're going to put our goods. We're going to put our ribbon in there. So I want to do a bow that has the length of 11 inches on each side. So the ribbon itself has to be 22 inches. So in the center, we're going to put that piece right there. We are going to do fancy tails. So we're going to fold our ribbon in half right here and take your scissors, start from the center, and you're going to cut up this way, okay? If you do it the other way, it's not going to come out. Do it like that. And then you're going to take this the same way, fold in half, take your scissors, and then cut up, okay? And then you're going to get these like fancy little ducktails. And now we are going to make our first loop. So when you add this to your bow dabber, you want to make sure that you're going to give at least a half an inch, if not more, you know, no more than an inch. You're going to tuck that in there, okay? And since this is single-sided print, the print is only on one side. So you want to make sure you had that print down, because you're going to loop it up and you want to be able to see that print. So we're going to do like that. Okay, so see how I had that little give right here, that little lip? And let's see how big I want my bow. That's a good size. Now, again, single-sided print, when you do it in this, when you get to the center, you're actually gonna have to twist it like this, because you want that print side down all over again. Okay, and then you're just gonna bring it back up and do like that. So I have been doing this a while, so I just kind of eyeball it. So when I eyeball it, I also bring it up to like this to make sure that they are equal, you know, same size. It's working. And just make sure that I leave a little excess. And that'll complete, like, you need that because that's going to be in the tie. If you do it just perfect, it's not going to hold when you go to tie it together. You'll see what I mean. And if you don't, you'll definitely see what I mean, because it will unravel. So again, we're going to take this yellow ribbon. We're going to cut out 22 inches. Okay, right there. And we're going to go ahead and make the fancy tails right now. So just fold it in half and then cut that way. Fold it in half, cut that way. Find the center. And this is a double-sided ribbon, which is super awesome. I really never paid attention to if ribbon was single-sided, double-sided. It never even like crossed my mind until I started making wreaths. Now I'm very aware of this stuff. So, all right, so now I want to have the similar size bow. So I'm just gonna roughly, or go out to the length of that bow and get it. Now, even though I don't have to twist this bow because it's double-sided, it's still just like a habit of mine, so I just automatically do it. And it's no biggie, you know, when you do it on a, you know, ribbon that's printed on both sides. Okay. Hair too long. Perfect. And the great thing about the Bodabra is, I mean, for those who are just starting out with bow making or ribbon, whatever, you know, this thing holds everything down. You don't have to worry about it. You know, you can do this stuff, what I like, you know, measure out, all while your bow is still being held in its pristine shape that you want it to be in. It just gives you an easier time making bows. I highly recommend it until you're like one of those people that can hold all of this stuff in your hand. You can always pre-cut your ribbon, but until then, like, I don't know, I just really love the Bodabra. And there we go. Now the cool thing about this is that we're actually gonna do 2 more layers. We're gonna do 1 more layer of each one. I want this to be a ridiculously big bow. Okay, so remember, this is only single size, so I have to twist. And I'm measuring to the same length as before. Okay. Go ahead and cut that. Let's do another 22. This, I think, is going to be by far my favorite wreath. I'm so excited. I'm like, I can't wait to see the final product. All right, we're gonna lay this right on top. Okay, and we're gonna do exactly what we did before. Do a twist. When I say that, I've had twist again, like we did last summer, that song, in my head now. It's been stuck in my head since I said that word. All right, I'm trying to go fast. I'm trying to go fast because I am just as excited as you are. Ooh. And then we're going to do the flower bow or the flower ribbon, and then it's time to glue. And I do have, like I said, I have my Screamin' Hot glue gun, which is super fun to use, although, like I said, it's screaming hot. There we go. Put that down. See, my fingers could never hold this much ribbon. No way. This would be way too much for me. That's why I'm loving the Bodabra. Okay, there's that. Twist it. And this is a lot of ribbon. So like, if you guys, again, are selling your wreath, I hope that you guys are, you know, pricing out each ribbon cut that you guys make for this. I know that ribbon is no joke. There are some ribbons that I will only use for my wreaths because I was just like, it's just too perfect. And this is the thing. I know I could buy more, but I'm like, I just felt so guilty buying it the first time that I'm just like, I can't do it. So, oh, I forgot my thing. But yeah, there's like some ribbon that I'm like, this is only for me. I can't justify selling it or whatever. Are you guys like that? Am I the only one? I'm with that with like a few things. It's super funny. I have like that weird thing where, yeah, it's just my weirdness. Okay, y'all, this is gonna be one heck of a bow, but that's okay. Now we've got it. Now we're gonna do this And don't forget to twist. Again, like we did last summer. Okay. There, my twisty came undone. That's where you need that little doodad that comes with this thing to hold this stuff down. And that it was right here. It's somewhere on the table, I promise. Alrighty, we are done. We are done. I know all of y'all was like, thank God. Now, we're going to take this, and ever so carefully pull up our bow. I like to get it right in between, okay. And I already like to have kind of like a tie. So when I start to pull it up, you know, especially when I have this much, don't go too fast on this process because this is where like, oh, if it comes undone, like you just have to do this all over again. Holy bajolies. Oh my gosh, there's so much ribbon. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. There's a ton of ribbon. Oh my gosh, I don't think have I done a bow this big? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Here I am just pressing ribbon into it like it's no thing, and then I didn't even realize like how much ribbon I was using. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay, let me just get this really secured. Okay. Okay. Alrighty then. And I'm gonna go ahead and adjust it right now. And this is the fun part. If you have it really, you know, secured in here, you can play around with this and, you know, obviously not tug incredibly hard, but I mean, you can kind of, you know, have your way with it for a minute while you're making it nice and pretty, which is super cool. So I'm going to kind of get this all pumped up, kind of move it around to where I want it to lay. Because once I get it on the wreath, I don't want to have to kind of fumble around with it too much, you know? I just want to be able to kind of like put it on there, but yet still be able to like somewhat adjust it. I'm just trying to poof up each little piece because there's so many of them, good Lord, that, and get all of the little tails kind of going in one direction for the most part, even though, like I said, wow, I really went all out on this. That's okay. That's why it's going to be my favorite wreath. All right. It's coming. It's I might have to redo this. Oh, good Lord, son. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and attach it to our wreath. I'm like, maybe I just got like a little too excited. Whatever. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna attach it to the frame. All right. There's a lot of ribbon on here. Oh, I can't wait to flip this thing back over and just see what I've created. Well, maybe I'll edit that part out. I don't know. Let's add some embellishments. Well, let's get to the fun stuff. Okay. We'll work on that bow in just a minute. I think I tied it on upside down. Let me at least fix that, and then we'll go from there. Oh, My goodness. I think I got way too excited about this. Don't worry if y'all have done the same thing, because I am seriously like, what? When I say, oh, I hope it turns out exactly like how I have it in my mind, and I'm like, oh, it for the most part always does, and sometimes it doesn't. Well, now you see. Now you see. We wasted what? 15 minutes cutting, and we're just like, whatever. But that's okay. We still have embellishments. So that's what we're going to do. All right, I want to really show you guys this stuff. So we're going to kind of move everything out of the way. Let's get our welcome sign on. I like that. So if that's where that thing stays. Now this is my screaming hot glue gun. It is, yeah, it's boiling hot. So I try to make sure that I never touch this glue. It is smoking. And I'm looking for the extra glue gun. And I'm using Gorilla Glue in that glue gun. So I feel very confident with whatever I put on this, that it is more than likely never going to move. Like, it's on there for life. Okay, now we're just gonna lift this up a little bit, give it a couple of, there we go. And just, you know, gravity, so kind of keep the glue going forward. And because this glue gun gets so hot, it actually takes quite a bit. Well, it takes a little bit longer than my little glue gun. I'm cutting the long stuff because I've decided right in these two spots, I'm not going to be putting anything there. But yeah, it takes a little bit longer to dry. So, okay. Man. I have a taser in my purse, and I'm like, you know what? If I just carried around that glue gun, like, I think that could do more damage than my taser, because it's just so awful. And yes, I have a taser in my purse. I think a lot of women do, don't they? Oh my gosh. Look at this little thing. So cute. Okay, I'm going to try to cut this without cutting any part of the flamenco. Perfect. Okay, here's where I want to set it up on my wreath stand, because like I said, looking at it laying down is one thing. Once you get it put up on the, like, against something, and you're looking at it from this perspective, it looks, to me, it always looks completely different. And I'm trying to like not let my stuff fall off because the glue still hasn't dried on there yet. I can feel the heat from that. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, it's not ready to let go of. Let me pause the camera because this is like the most boring part of everything, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, my tiki sign is now dried on here, and I have to be honest, that bow was not going to sit well with me. Absolutely not. I had to adjust it. So it's just like, no way, no how. So it's only a single layer bow, 1,000 times better. I'm super happy about it. I was just like, okay, I'm just not gonna be able to sleep tonight with that bow. So now, okay, we've tried this before. Let's kind of adjust. So now we're gonna find a little spot for our, oh my gosh. Oh, he fell apart. so my mom doesn't realize that I'm filming, and I think she might actually come back. Oh, there it goes. Ooh, I was able to fix that. Okay, so now oh, I did not mean to put him on that way. I wanted my flamenco to face the opposite direction, but that's what happens. Okay. So I think that is on there. So now that I know that this is where I'm gonna have it, I can let gravity do its thing. Now remember, I said I wanted to add flowers. So let's add flowers. Why not? Just add a, oh my gosh, okay. This is my favorite part of wreath making, especially when things are just like coming out exactly the way that you wanted it to. I already had a couple of things there. Oh, bless me. Okay. We're gonna do a couple of sprigs right here, and I'll show you how you can add flowers on to something like this. And we're even gonna add some flowers, these pink ones. I think I only got, no. Now I definitely have learned just throughout wreath making that you really wanna have this sitting straight up, because my deal, well, for me anyways, my thing has been to, he's gonna slide. Don't slide. Okay. I'm just trying to like watch this little flamenco. Okay, I'm not gonna be using that glue gun anymore when it comes to wreath making, because it just, well, especially when I'm doing these tutorials, it takes too long to dry. Okay, so what we're gonna do is that we're just gonna take some of these. I swear. I thought I plugged it in. So it's been on this whole time, but just not plugged in. But it only takes a couple minutes. So what we're gonna do is just kind of like take these and then just kind of like bury them in to the frame, or to the mesh. I'm gonna go ahead and cut where I know that I don't need, or I don't want to have any more things added to that gold pipe cleaner. Oh my gosh. So we're just gonna do pops of, okay, I'll show you what I'm doing here. Okay. I have such a mess going on right now. Okay, so see how that's just, we're just gonna kind of tuck them in. Maybe one right there. All right, and I don't want to do like a whole bunch of flowers all over. I'm just gonna kind of like, you know, just do them in this one little section. And we're just gonna do this while our glue gun is heating up. I've got a couple of these that might fit in there. And I love that the car, this little thing, has flowers on it, because then it makes this just kind of like all tie in together. Okay, and there's that. Perfect. And then I think I'll add that one right there. So cute. Okay, that's how I want it to be. I want it to be just like this. And then I don't think we're gonna add the sandals, although I do have them. I don't wanna like make it too much. I think this will be it. Just this pellet. I keep wanting to call it a pelican. I don't know why. Okay. Now I know the flowers aren't glued down in, but oh my God, I'm so excited. This, okay, now we are where I wanted this to be. You know, I'm lying, maybe because this is already ready. this wreath is now where I wanted it to be. Oh my goodness. Okay, now my little glue gun. My little engine that could glue gun. Dude, oh my gosh. This is the moment, this is the feeling that I wanted all along. Now that I fixed my ribbon, it's totally exactly what I want. Okay, I'm gonna kind of tuck that in there. Kind of behind. Trying to keep the flowers basically in the same position that I had them in when I was just doing this. It's so hard to do that. Well, for me it is. Okay, and then just kind of figure out which ones are not in fact glued down before I rip them out of there. We've got a gazillion things floating around in the air up here. And I'm not just talking about COVID. Not that COVID's, oh my gosh. Not that COVID's airborne, oh my gosh, please. Or maybe it is, I don't know. We're not even gonna go there. Like, take back what I said. Okay, oh my gosh. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I hope I glued down every single flower I see. Okay. Just give each flower a little tug. Oh my gosh. That one random yellow flower. I love it. I think it looks so good. What do y'all think? Gaudy and tiki. We definitely did need the sandals, but I think if I can find another sprig of that yellow flower, I think oh yeah, I only brought one out because it was like of a bunch that I clipped a long time ago, but okay. I'm happy. It is finally the wreath that I want. I love it. Here is a close-up of all of it. So worth the extra long video. How cool is that? All right, guys, that was the tiki inspired wreath. One more time for the cheap seats in the back. I just did a little bit of glue on this tire right here, but not with my Screamin' Hot glue gun. So it's not going to take forever to dry. But look at that. I love it. I've got glue on my hand. Oh my gosh. Let me pose with my wreath real fast. Isn't that so cute? Isn't it so festive? Yes, look at that. Sorry about the bow, guys. Like, you know, sometimes that just happens, and that's just crafting. But I now know what I'm not going to do next time. But isn't this just adorable? So I am so happy you guys stuck with me this entire video. I know it was a little long, isn't it always? But if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and let me know that you liked it. And if you're just loving all the content that I'm bringing your way, why not subscribe to my channel? Hit that subscription bell. Everybody's home today. So hit that subscription bell and make sure, or hit the subscribe and then hit that notification bell, because you never know when I'm going to upload a video. It could be random times, just because that's just how I am. I'm pretty random. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. Mother's Day is coming up. So happy Mother's Day to all of you fabulous moms out there. Keep doing it. It's an incredibly hard job. And I am so appreciative to all the moms out there for doing what you do. I am a mom myself, so happy Mother's Day, and I will see you guys in my next video. I will be on live. I will be on Mother's Day. Yes, I'll be on live Mother's Day because remember, I'm trying to do lives every Sunday at 9 a.m. California time, that's Pacific time, just to catch up, answer questions, and kind of show you what I've been doing through the week. So anyways, I will see you guys, if anything, on Sunday at 9.